Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. And welcome to another Wednesday night talk fishing. 2 in now. Say hello, everybody. Apologies for missing last week, but yeah. Hi, Raid. You all right, mate? How's life treating you? Kind of looks a bit dark in here, doesn't it? I think I'll put the lights on, even though it's only 8 o'clock. Yeah, tell us how you are, mate, and I'll go and switch the lights on. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, I'm okay under the circumstances. Like it's been a difficult week, shall we say. Northwest Angler, all right, mate. Bandinator, I hope you're well, mate. Carp and crew, hello. Dave Dowson, all right, mate. Mixed Barbel Adventures. I'm all right, Mick, yeah. Under the circumstances, like, not so bad. I hope everybody's doing all right. Mags, Dean Hesketh, all right, mate. Welcome along, guys. It's been a while. Yeah, cheers, Danny. Let's see, Peter Hamilton, all right, mate. Aid Straker. Oh, 2 aids on tonight. This should be fun. Sorry, the phone's going off. No, it's Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, someone's just sent me a message on Instagram saying, hey, you're on YouTube, aren't you? Yeah. Thanks for the best wishes, Danny. Cheers for that, mate. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, not bad. Just want to get fishing. Yeah, right, don't we all? What I wouldn't do, give for some bank time now. Like it's quite soul destroying, isn't it? Not being able to go. And the thing is, like, if you look at what's going on with this coronavirus, COVID-19, I think the review's next week. They've said, oh, we'll review it in 3 weeks. And I tell you what, mate, coming out of lockdown next week, we've not got a snowball's chance in hell of coming out of lockdown next week. I just don't think it's going to happen. There's still 400 or 500 people a day dying. Deaths still rolling in, like, you know, they are slowly trending down, but nowhere near enough to lift the lockdown. And I don't know if any of you have seen the news today. They started lifting their lockdown in Germany, and ever since they did, their infection rate's been going up. So it's not good. I don't think we're going to come out of lockdown next week. I think we'll probably get another 3 weeks, maybe. I don't know. But if you're all pinning your hopes on being able to go fishing after next week, then don't, because I just can't see it happening. I think it's going to take ages to get rid of this thing. It's going to change our way of life, and we'll still have restrictions on us at the end of the year in some form or another. So if you're thinking we'll be getting back on the bank soon, then we won't. Peter, yeah, I'm okay, mate. Aid, Martin, yeah, I'm good. Looking at the live update tonight, it's not looking too close, is it? Given the word said on recreation. I don't know what he said on recreation tonight, Danny. I haven't got a clue. I just look at the death rates every day and thinking, you know, no, we're not going to be anywhere near it. So, yeah, it's not looking good, is it? I know they put that proposal forward, like saying, you know, 15 metres apart from the angling trust and stuff like that. And I think we will be one of the first out of lockdown. But I don't think it's coming next week, to be quite honest. CG, sorry to hear about your relative. Yeah, cheers, mate. It's sad. For those of you who don't know, like my auntie passed away last Wednesday, which is why I did no live stream. She had COVID, and it's took her. So yeah, it's been a difficult week in this house, like, so it's not good. And I'm all behind staying locked down. To be honest, it's not nice losing your relatives and things like that. You know, there's 26,000 people have died, and you know, it's not a flu virus or anything like that. Like, it's really, really bad, and I think people just don't get how bad it is. You know, it can kill healthy people as well, and even those who survive it, it attacks your lungs and it can leave you with difficulties for the rest of your life. So it's only now, like, the truth's starting to come out about it. It's a right nasty piece of work, and the government would not have us in lockdown if it wasn't serious. So we need to stick with it, like. As you know, I do a smaller job to you, and we're all getting home PCs next week. Speaks volumes. Yeah, well, you work for the DWP. Yeah, well, he sent us home with a laptop a month ago, Danny. I've been working from home here, sitting at this desk in this very chair facing this PC, but with a laptop between me and the screen. I put my laptop here, like, and I work from here, and I've been doing that for a month now, and I want to go out, but we can't. The only thing you can do is stick with it, like, until they say it's safe, and trust them when they say it is. We certainly don't want to do a Germany. You know, they lifted restrictions before it was gone, and now look at them, they're on the rise again, and they're saying that they might have to lock down again. So that's what we don't want. We want to get rid of it completely, like, so we need to stick with it. So let's see. Richard, back at work now, started back on Monday, making access towers for speedy hire. What's an access tower, Richard? Don't know what that is. A drug company have tested her HIV drug on positive corona patients, and the data is a positive outlook. Right, okay. Is that why the stock market's just gone mad today? It's shot up. Loads and loads of shares, like, have gone up in value, and there was something rumour going around about something positive on a cure or a vaccine or something like that, and that's why it's gone through the roof. I think they might be getting a bit ahead of themselves there, like, but you know, we'll see. They were testing anti-malaria drugs on them as well, weren't they? And that was quite promising too. So we'll just have to wait and see what they do. But I think we do need a vaccine. It's literally going to come down to that. I think we might be stuck without it, to be honest. Bantonay saying lockdown till the end of May. I never say this, but actually rather be at school. And I'd rather be at work, mate. I don't want to work from here. I did actually bite their hand off when they said, oh, you're going to work from home? So give me my laptop, and I was out of the office like a shot. But it's not as good working from home as it's made out to be. I think it would be okay if I could go out, but I'm stuck in this house all day, like in this room. And then when I finish work, basically I put my laptop away and I'm still here. So it's not as good as it sounded. And not being able to go out and stuff like that is actually quite bad. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah, cheers, guys. It's not good. That's why there was no live stream last week. Like, I just couldn't face it. I'm all right now, you know. But back then, no, it wasn't so good last Wednesday. Like, so, but it is what it is. Had the day charging all my kit. Boredom was truly set in. Head torch, power pack, baby lights, stuff like that. You know what? I've been leaving mine, Martin. I've got all kinds of stuff here, like, that needs charging up, and you know, like batteries for cameras and stuff like that. Just left it all. My gear got thrown away from last time I went, and I've not got it out since. I've not cleaned it, not tidied it, not charged any batteries. I didn't buy me fishing license either, you know, your EA rod license. I thought, well, if we can't go, then I won't bother, and I'll just get it from the post office on the day I go fishing. So I haven't even got my fishing license anymore, my rod license, and I need to get that sorted out really, but I don't know. I might sort it next week or next time I go to the post office. With a thought on, I probably could have got it last week, like, because I went to postie to pay a bill, and I should have got it then, like, why I was the only person in the post office, but I forgot. Well, it doesn't matter. We're not going anywhere anytime soon anyway, so it's neither here or there. Common sense. People have asked me on live streams. I said thousands are dying. Fishing's fishing. Yeah, it is, Danny. There's been so many people. It's affected so many people that you know, and our governments. You know what the government's like, mate. They just want you working and earning money and paying tax. You know, to put us in lockdown and furlough us like this, and you know, I mean, the GDP of this country is absolutely crashing. You know, we're going to be in debt for years to come from this. Everybody's getting, you know, furloughed off, taking payments, holidays on mortgage payments and stuff like that. Country's grinding to a halt. They don't do that for nothing. and people don't realise that, like, the gravity of the situation we're in. Like, we're in a really, really bad situation, and this thing could kill an awful lot of people. You know, we've lost, what, 26,000 already. You know, at the rate it's ticking up, it's not going to take long to reach 100. And I think we will reach 100 as well. Like, it's not good at all. And it's the mess it leaves behind. Like, apart from the fact that everybody's passing away, it's, you know, the grief from the families as well. I mean, there's a load of grief in ours at the moment, and there's nothing much we can do about it either. You know, we've just got to stay in and hope that we don't get it. Because at the moment, like, for anybody who's like a pensioner, you know, going outside now and catching that, and it's as easy to catch as a cold, is a death sentence. It really is. And those who do get it, you know, not all of them will fully recover. You know, they may have to lead the rest of their life, you know, short of breath, or, you know, struggling with breathing difficulties and stuff like that, because it attacks your lungs. And I just think people are so stupid. No, we want to go out, and they just think, oh yeah, they're just told, oh, don't worry, it's only like getting a cold. You know, to most people, it's only like getting a cold, but it's not. And I think they say that just to calm people down, like, and make sure they don't panic when they should be panicking. Crouchy, yeah, I'm okay, mate. I'm in a lot better frame of mind than I was last Wednesday. Put it that way. I hope you're well, mate. And good to see you on here as well, Dave. Should be in Germany on your birthday. Yeah, Paul, you should. But you've got another snowball's chance in hell, mate. You'll just have to stay here instead. Right, yeah. Yeah, gotta stay locked down, haven't we? Must admit, I get so many say the vlog has helped them. But it's kept them sane the past few weeks. Yeah. Well, going fishing does keep you sane. Yeah, I noticed you're doing a couple of live streams on Facebook there, Danny, but they're at a time of day when I'm at work, so I can't join them. I do see them, like, because I have got, like, as well as my laptop here in front of me, obviously I've got my own PC on as well. and I do get sidetracked now and again. But yeah, I'm focused on my work, like, and supporting our emergency department, so I can't get on there really. Birthday boy tonight, yeah, Carp and Crew's birthday, mate. Paul's birthday. Happy birthday. Killed Science's stock rose 9.5% in pre-market after it said it was aware of a positive data in the trial. Yeah, well, do I know you, Northwest Angler, by any chance? Because we've been talking about this a bit over the last few days, like me and a few of my mates, because we do dabble in the shares, shall we say, and they were talking. The two lads I know have been invested in small cap health companies who were, have things going on with COVID-19, and some of them have risen a damn sight more than 9.5%, mate. Some of them have literally doubled in value over the last few days as they put out results and stuff like that about COVID. So yeah, I just wonder, never know you, mate, on a personal level. Right, okay, let me scroll up a bit. Common sense. Sorry, I'm falling a bit behind, lads. I'm sorry about this. You know what I'm like for. Sometimes we just talk too much. Access tower is a scaffold tower for builders, bricklayers. Right, okay. Well, they're going to be needed. I know a few builders who've gone back to work. They're working in empty houses and things like that, but they do still work, even though it's in the lockdown. So people are still getting out. At least you're back at work, Richard, anyway, and earning again. That's the main thing, isn't it? You've got to keep earning through this period. Mind you, one of my mates who was furloughed on 80% of his salary reckons because he's not using his car and going to work and doing everything else that goes with it, he's actually better off. Figure that. Tight arse. Nice one, Dave. Bank tackle are really good. Who are bank tackle? Get some fishing talk. Picked up some carp bits from bank tackle, impressed with a fox light, which is looking good for night fishing, and a decent head torch. Pretix. Pretty simple. Danny, your spelling's gone again, mate. I'm trying to work out what that says. Bank tackle are really good. I've never heard. Well, I have heard of them, but they're just one of those little companies, aren't they? The tip of the beast will be 175 hooks, Nathan. Yeah, they are. Aren't they? They're great. Yeah, don't use them in anything smaller than a size 6. A size 8 is too weak for a carp and will likely open out. But in a 6, they're pretty good, and in a 4, they're excellent. They're a cracking hook. Use with a novice, not like you don't need any tubing on it or anything like that. It's dead simple, dead easy, and about as cheap a carp rig as you can get. And it's very, very efficient as well. Definitely one of my favourites, that one. One place near me open, people can go and shouldn't be. So I don't think anybody should be out fishing at the moment, now with so many people dying. Loads of gear for France in June, but I think it will be cancelled. I think you're definitely going to be cancelled there, Dean, as Dave said, for sure. I think he's had a cancelled French trip as well, if I'm not mistaken. You ain't got a snowball's chance of getting to France in June, mate. I'm sorry. I just don't think that'll happen. France is closed, isn't it? Anyway, they're still locked down, aren't they, as far as I know, even if we're not. Peter, don't get your license until you know you're going fishing, as it runs year to year from when you buy it. Yeah, that's fair enough, Peter. I was thinking that, why should I pay for my license if I can't go fishing? And I never paid for it. I thought, well, I'll leave it. I don't mind paying my club tickets. I've paid all them, and the fact that we're locked down doesn't matter. I would pay for my club tickets because they've got to pay rent on the waters, and they need the support, even though we're in lockdown. So I would never not buy me cards for the fishing clubs because they need the support. But as far as the EA goes, stuff them. They can wait until I go fishing again. Already had it. Was in hospital for 3 days, mild case. It was worse than the flu. So like whoever says it's a joke, 100% agree. Yeah, if you've had it, have you? That's fair enough. I know a few people who've had it, and they said it's horrible. Not nice at all, Scobes, Dave Scobie, all right, mate? Yeah, I'm fine, mate. A lot better this week than last week. But I'm over the shock of it now. And I've come to terms with it, my mum caught a case left her with some something pleurisy. Something pleurisy, like nephomonia, fluid on around the lungs. It's no joke when you're 60 plus. She's on the mend though. Yeah, and this is it, mate. It's what it leaves you. It's the wreckage it leaves behind afterwards that people don't really understand. Even if you get it, you know, it could have life altering consequences for you, even if you recover. No, I don't think you'll be going to France in September either, Danny. If I'm brutally honest, I think you might find that tough as well. You know, listen to the fella who was the medical fella on the BBC. You know, he goes on with the Chancellor or Boris or whoever's on, and he's saying, like, you know, this is going to affect us well beyond the end of the year. He's not lying. Pharmaceutical industry is a gold mine. Yeah, at the moment it is, mate. But always remember, for every one winner, someone's got to lose. So you've got to be careful. Small caps are not my scene, to be honest. Like, I'm more into the FTSE, the large caps. But yeah, I've got a few mates who were dabbling at the moment, like Mark Cooper. Welcome, mate. Been loving your vids. Just bought some Carp gear, not fished for 10 years. Wow. When we buy the right hooks and hook link. Yeah, the ESP sync link's great. You know, you don't. It's a nice braid, and you don't need to put anything on it to sync it. You don't need to buy any extra bits of crap. Because I think a lot of the tackle industry, like, and Dave Crouch will be laughing at this, like, he knows what I'm like. A lot of the tackle industry, they just, like, it's geared to sell you a load of crap that you don't need. And yeah, that rig's about as straightforward as it can be, mate. And that's the way I like to keep it. You know, don't want to spend money you don't have to. As Crouchy says, I'm a tight arse, and he's absolutely right. I'd be the first to hold my hand up and say yes. If we don't go France, defo getting new Delks and a cadence clip. Fair play, mate. You know, if you've got the French money left over and you haven't spent it, then you know, buy some new gear. Petzl. It's not pretzel. Pretzels is something you eat. It's Petzl. There's no R in it. But yeah, Petzl head torch. Got one myself, Danny. The crackers. Ridge Monkey head torch is better. No. You never buy anything with Ridge Monkey on it, Dave. Copy Monkey. Non-fishing items rebadged in a shiny box. Don't buy anything from them. Defo saved a fortune on petrol. Me too. Absolutely. I've got so much money over from my salary. It's unreal. You get paid, and you know, usually it goes out the door, doesn't it? But it's all staying in. It's unreal. But yeah, it's great. I don't think I've put any petrol in my car since March. That's how little I've been out. I have been going shopping once a week to Tesco's. I drive to Tesco's, drive back, and that's the only time my car's been away from outside the house. Otherwise, it's just parked outside, and I've not been anywhere apart from out for a walk around the park now and again. So yeah, save for loads on petrol. Scobes your fair load on 80% of wages. It's not a good thing. I thought it meant to be government pays 80%, but your employer pays the rest. No. I think you'd only get your 80% there, Dave, that's all. I'm not sure how that system works, to be honest. I'm not fair loading, like, so I don't know. Employer can top it up, but don't have to. Is that right, Dave? The employer can top it up, but they don't have to. I would imagine most of them won't, because they're tight arses as well. But that's about it, isn't it? Picked up all my cards. EA lapsed. Picking that up tonight before the go. Right, okay. Dripping accounts are good and straddling the markets, but obviously rather lives be saved than money. Yeah, that's right, mate. Lives are more important. And we were talking about this before, like it's just, you know, the amount of people wanting to reopen and get, well, let's get back to normal, let's get back to normal. People's lives are more important. So, yeah, dripping accounts. There's a word for it, isn't there? What's it called? Not dripping. Where you drip money in every week or every month or something like that. Pound cost averaging, they call it. Where you drip money in every week, and then you just buy shares with your money, and whatever the market is, up or down, you pay the price at the time, and it averages itself out. It's not a bad way of doing it, actually. The sack of bait behind me. The sack of bait behind me is the subject of my next video. What is it? I mean, it's in a clear package, so you can see it. What is it? It's the subject of my next video, is what it is. Carp tax, that's right. Rich monkey carp tax. And boy, did they charge for it. It's very good. I'm sure you've got both, Dave, yeah, but I won't touch a rich monkey with a barge pole, to be quite honest. Everything they've ever made is not for carp fishing, is it? It's ripped off someone else and then just badged for carp. So, no, I'm sorry, I won't support a company like that, to be honest. I never thought I'd see the day when a pint of Guinness costs more than a barrel of oil. Yeah, it is dirt cheap, isn't it? And I've got no reason to fill up. I might actually get some petrol tomorrow, Scopes. We've got about a quarter of a tank, which is usually enough for a week. But at the moment, like, it'll last me another couple of months. But I might put some in tomorrow, like, just why it's so cheap. Because I think once we do come out of lockdown, it'll soon start rising again. Mainly petrol, home deliveries for your nan and your dad. Right, okay, so you've been out doing a bit of running around for people then, Danny. I've got no reason to run around, me, mate. I just need to do the shopping for the household every week, once a week. And that's all I do. Yeah, defo right. What defo right? They rip everything off. I'm glad you agree with me, Dave. Yeah, your rods and gear is ready to go as soon as it can. Mine's permanently ready to go, Dave. That's why I haven't touched it. I haven't cleaned it out or anything. I just dropped it where it normally lives. And that's the end of it. Like, I'll pick it up and when I'm ready to go, and everything will be okay. So I don't need to clean all the gear and stuff like that. There's no need for it. You watched James Harrison's channel the other week. He did live since lockdown. He stopped. Guess why he lost subs? Yeah. Now you know why I stopped him, Danny. People aren't that keen on him. I mean, I know you guys come on here and support this one every week, like, but there's another like 3,800 subscribers, I think, roughly, on this channel, just over 3,800, and to get this delivered to their inbox or in the subscription feed and stuff like that, and they don't like it, so they unsubscribe so they don't have to see it. So it's very much some people like it, a minority, but the majority don't. And I worked that out, and like James has done, he stopped. And to be honest, I'm not really that bothered about my sub count. I'm not trying to make a living off it or anything like that off YouTube. It's there as a hobby. So if my sub count goes down a little bit, I don't mind. I can live with that, during the lockdown. But I do want the channel to grow in the long term, like, and if it's holding it back, then I'll stop it. So when we get out again, like, I probably will stop them. But yeah, like James has said, losing subs, they're not worth doing. And I don't know why YouTube have pushed the live thing so much, because it's just not really working very well. So it's a YouTube thing, this drop subs, maybe an algorithm kicks in, clear the dead subs. Possibly clearing dead subs, Danny, but I'm thinking more of, when people get the notifications that something new's been published on the channel, they just don't like the live streams and don't want to see them. That's my take on it. Like, I don't think it's dead subs. They get cleared out now and again, like periodically, but I don't think it's a live streams that's triggering that. People think it makes them look carpy and catch more carp. Yeah, it does. Oh dear. You crack me up sometimes, Dave. Let's see, stuff that mark. If you have enough in the car, stay in. Yeah, petrol pumps, shops and cash machines got to be prime high volume places to avoid. Yeah, they are. The supermarket's the worst at the moment. Like, I've been in Tesco's a few times and really not felt very comfortable at all. Walking around, people not following the one-way system. There's arrows on the floor pointing in the direction you're supposed to travel down the aisle, and there's people coming up the other way. They haven't got a clue, and they don't keep 2 meters away from you. Like, they just walk straight past you. And I've been quite uncomfortable in the supermarkets a few times, but it's very difficult to get a delivery slot. They're like a month ahead now or something like that. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't need to get petrol, Danny, but I could probably do, maybe putting a bit in. I don't know. I know one thing, from now on, when I go for petrol, usually I'll tank up and then I'll go in the store and pay with cash. I'll hand over the £20 note. From now on, when I go to fill up, I will be putting my card in the petrol pump to pay on a credit card or a debit card. And they've got those, every petrol station's got them, plastic gloves, in case you spill petrol or anything like that. I'll have a plastic glove out and I'll put it on my hands before I punch my number in, and I'll just keep using their plastic gloves at the forecourt. And then when I finish, I peel it off so it's inside out, and I haven't touched the keypad. And that's how I'm going to fill up from now on. And until this COVID-19 is, defeated and gone completely, I will always fill up like that. And I would recommend everybody else to do the same. Like, just use the plastic gloves they have in the petrol station, and don't touch the keypad, because your keypad on your phone and the keypad in the shops is probably the worst place to touch. They have the most germs on, don't they? So I'll be using them. At least it would be until Dave said they're nicking them. But why does that not surprise me, Dave, at all? It just doesn't surprise me. I had a good few sessions before lockdown, so I'm okay waiting. However, I can't wait to get out. Me and my dad have taken a bike ride along the canal and found 10 bream, biggest £5 on the surface. Yeah, well, they'll be taken in the sun. No angling pressure on them at the moment or anything like that. But yeah, you just have to be patient for getting out. It's going to be a while before we're allowed out. It's one of those things. It'll take as long as it takes, but there'll always be people who take the mick, and it seems a lot of people have been doing that. I know people have been walking along the canal and bumping into other anglers who are fishing, and they shouldn't be out. They've been on the river in the closed season and everything like this. Some blatant rule breaking going on. Have you used them waders yet? No. What's my thoughts on them? They're quite well made and they look all right, but I haven't actually had them in the water yet, Danny. I bought them for the far side of what's in the place? The far side of the res, the fruit lake. That's it, the fruit lake. I bought them for the far side of the fruit lake, and I haven't been back there in months, so I've not actually used them. Did I see Dom in there before? I've noticed he's just piped up again, but I think I might have missed your post there, Dom. Dom fishing, big bag of cornflakes. Yeah, it is, mate. Sorry, I missed that, Dom. Too busy trying to keep up. Yeah, it's not tried the waders, mate, yet, so I haven't got any thoughts on them. But they are well made. They're like a copy of Vass. Obviously, Dave's going to say Vass are the best, but you know they're not bad. They'll do me anyway, and you know for the price they were, like they were about 38 quid or something like that delivered, brand spanking new. I'm not complaining. Made a choice to get some home deliveries and just clear the kids away and bleach, sanitize everything as much as you can. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. I've never washed my hands so much. All I seem to do is wash my hands. Evening, Barry, London Predator Angler. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. Yeah, they must touch everyone's bin in town. Yeah. Yeah, it's the first thing I do when I got the bin back in today. It's our bin day today, and I brought it back in, and the first thing I did was wash my hands, because you don't know where those binmen's hands have been doing and how many other people's bins they've been on. What's that, 2,000 bins a day, Dean? Is that right? Evening, Andy Clark, welcome, mate. Crouchy's in here as well, Andy. Warm water and bleaching water on the bin before it goes out, and before I touch it. Yeah, okay, right. I've got to say, I'm not putting anything on the bin itself, Danny. I'm just washing my hands afterwards. So, you know, the first thing on my hands after I've touched that bin, because I don't touch anything else, is soap. And I wash my hands the NHS way, minimum 20 seconds. Fruit Lake, that's the one. Go and try them out in the bath and come back with a review. Yeah, I'll film myself in the bath with my waders on, Dom. No, I don't think so, mate. Interesting idea, though. Been watching through some of the old videos. Yeah, cheers, Barry. I noticed you've been watching the catfish ones. I've not made a catfish video, mate, since 2016. It was 4 years ago since my last cat video. But I did a few before that, like about 6 or 7 of them in all based around pellet fishing on the same water. And I didn't bother making any more. I thought they were getting a bit samey, because it's the same view and the same rigs and the same baits and catching the same fish. And once you've seen it once, and you know, you don't want to see it again. And I'd already made about 3 the same. So I thought, sod it, don't do any more. A lot of poaching going on too, Dave. Yeah, I believe so. Fish are getting stolen. A mate of mine is bivvying out tonight on a syndicate, watching out for poachers. Is it that bad, Dave? I suppose it is, isn't it? Because literally they've got license to do what they want now, and nobody's going to stop them. Poaching is rife, big time. That surprises me, that actually, because really they should be locked down the same as everybody else. Again, people who've just got no respect for anything, have they? I am Michael McGuigan. Here's a thought for you. I wonder if all the lake owners during lockdown are on the bottom of the lake, picking up leads that they tell us eject, so they can sell them back to us. No, I don't think so, Michael. I wouldn't have thought so. I don't know whether you've seen what happens when you chuck a lead in the water. You try finding it again. I think the only leads they retrieve really are the ones that are like tangled on trees and stuff like that, or maybe on a far bank or on an island. They'll get a boat out and go around the island and take them all off. But leads, once they actually go into silt, mate, your chances of finding them again are very slim. So I don't think they'll have been down the bottom of the lake. Like I said, just the ones in the snags, but they'll definitely retrieve them, I would imagine. I certainly would if it was my water. As for selling them back to people, yeah, why not? It's a bit like golf balls, isn't it? You know, if you lose your golf balls, then there's usually kids around who go around collecting them and sell them back to you. But it's cheaper to get them back that way than go and buy new ones. So why not? I have a box of XL gloves from a farm shop. They are thicker than medical gloves. These have grippy bits on. £5 for 15 pairs. Paranoid about being out in public with humans. Well, I think I am at the moment, Dave. I've still got rubber gloves here, like I use them for shopping. So, you know, like if you queue up at Tesco's and you'd have to, like, you know, disinfect your hands before you go in the shop, and you wipe all the front of your shopping baskets and stuff like that. I'm disinfecting my gloves. I've got gloves on my hands to protect them, and then I'm putting disinfectant on the gloves and going like that because I don't want anyone near me at all. You've got to take the precautions, haven't you? And I'm going to try and get some more gloves tomorrow. Actually, they're just like plastic ones, do you know, that you use for like hair dyeing and stuff like that. You put like thin plastic gloves on, and just them, or rubber ones, a bit rubbery. They're fine, but you know they do the trick. Like, so if you know, you're not going to get the virus on your hands or your fingers or anything like that. Vass is more carpy. Carp will see you wearing them and be swimming over your base. Yeah, that's exactly what Crouchy would say. You've got to look the part. Of course, the alternative to that is all the gear and no idea. You choose which side of the fence you're on, the tart or the non-tart. I'm not a tart, but I know Dave is. Bit of an insight on what maybe goes on our rivers in these 3 months when no one is around. Leave a carcass and Mr. Otter will take the fall. Yeah, he will, yeah. It's a good point, that, Danny, but you shouldn't be putting ideas into the heads either. You would look, it's a bit, if there are many leads, you'd be surprised. Yeah, they just disappear into the silt, don't they, Dave? I mean, you know that. I've seen a few lakes empty, and I've never found any leads, ever. Found lots of glasses, broken champagne glasses once. That was at Capestone. Remember when they drained Capestone Hall? They used to have weddings in there, didn't they? And have a night time, like after the anglers had gone home. Quite often, like the couples would go down to the lake for, you know, a bit of this and that. And the amount of broken glass in that lake, broken glasses, champagne glasses and stuff like that, wine glasses, was unreal. We were picking up buckets and buckets along the Eagle, you know, where they were walking. It's unreal. Someone, all right, mate. The good sander session. Me and my mates had 10 in total on deads. Had my first sander on the law, also on a PV pike out the canal. I remember getting your £20 9-ounce pike out the canal. 10 zanders a good session. You didn't realise you'd caught that many. Nice one. Any size to those zander? Anything like approaching £8 to £10, or were they all small ones, say under £4? Let us know. Just got again, it's free ATM called Professional Fishing. It's okay once you get into it. Heart attack 3 weeks ago. Jesus. Good job I was on lockdown, or I would have been fishing on a Sunday. Yeah, well, that's it. It's you could say that lockdown saved your life then. We're talking about this with one of the girls in work today. Like, she's saying, there's nobody coming to hospital. It's dead. nobody's going in them anymore. You know, because they're dealing with COVID patients. Like nobody will go near them. So she was saying, like, what happened to all the people that used to go to hospital? You know, people used to have heart attacks and this, that, and the other, and they'd all turn up for treatment, and A&E was overflowing, and now it's like a ghost town, and she couldn't believe it. And yeah, it just goes to show you, like, there's a lot of people going to A&E who didn't need to go, or they're at home suffering in silence. I don't know. I guess you could make your own decision on that one. Alex Syndicate's been broken into, they cut the fence out and found lines. That's ridiculous, isn't it? There's some right filth in this world, Dave. That's all I'll say. It's not good, is it? And of course, while the cat's away, the mice will play, won't they? Evening, Tom. Sheen's Adventures. All right, mate. Welcome along. ESP Teddy Hearn paints his lead yellow on the 7th, so it's easy to find them when the tide drops in the sills. Yeah, it's good thinking that, yeah. It's interesting way of doing it, like. Personally, myself, I think it's only a lead, and I'll just make another one, because I don't buy my lead to make them myself. I've got moulds and, you know, a nice supply of lead. So whenever I'm running low on leads, I'm out in the garden with the stove on, and I just smell myself a dozen more. I've got so many, I haven't had to make any leads in 2 years. 18 months to 2 years was, I think, the last time I was in the garden making leads. And they're just something I don't even bother about. I've got plenty of them. And you can get them online, you know, on Facebook now for about 50p a lead. So I wouldn't bother colouring them yellow or anything like that to try and find them again. Just if you lose one, that's it. Get another one out and move on. They're so cheap. Yeah, it was a decent pike video that on Friday, Danny. Dead baiting for beginners, was it? Found an old hard disk the other day. Yeah, I didn't look through my old drive. Well, all mine's stored on external drives, all my video footage, like, and I didn't go through it. There's so much of it. Northwest Anglia just goes to show that people don't need the NHS. Sometimes you just take advantage, yeah. And I blame the GPs for that, mate. It's like you've got to jump through hoops now to get an appointment with a GP. And it's easier. You can go to A&E and get sorted out, no problem at all. Like they'll do everything for you. They'll run a battery of tests on you and give you the full MOT. So you might go in with one complaint and they'll fix another 2 or 3 while you're there. Whereas your GP is just, you know, just crap. So I blame the GPs myself. Like they're too more interested in themselves these days than helping the people that they're supposed to be looking after. Had some stents in and arteries opened, and then they sent me home because of COVID scare. Yeah, well, the best place for you is out of the hospital at the moment. I think you don't really want to be around anywhere around the hospital at the moment because of the COVID thing. You finished up work today, so you can catch up with the vlogs. Nice one, Tom. Matt East, yeah. Sorry, mate, I couldn't answer you before. You sent me a text just as I was literally on this live stream. So you would have got an answer in maybe about 3 hours. But yeah, brewing some custard creams, that'll do. Always good for a brew. 5-4 for the Xander. 3 others between 4 and 5. That's not bad, is it? You know, on a light law rod, that's great. Different stretch on the same canal, £9.2. Excellent. Yeah, the Xander fishing in the Midlands tends to be pretty good, doesn't it? There's none up here, you know. I've never caught a Xander in my life, and there's none that I know of up around the Chester area. I don't even know one being caught by accident, even a baby one or a little one. There's just not here. So we haven't got any. Before the river season ended, I visited the water on your cover picture with the arches. Nice to see the swim in person. Yeah. Who's piking? Yeah, there's some nice pike in there, Danny. It did a 20 a year or two ago. It did 120. I've had them out of there up to about 14. But yeah, it's a lovely water, mate, and the pike are quite obliging because they're never really fished for that much. Everybody's on there. There's carp, 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 carp. But if you walk around with a law rod, like, I mean, I know people who catch 4 or 5 jacks in an hour or two, just walking around the garden pool. Cheers, Dave. Just seen that off now, mate. Keep safe. Yeah, you too. And thanks for popping on, Dave. I'll probably speak to you later. Take it easy and take care of yourself. And say hello to Alex for us. Hiya, Luke. Luke Wicks. I'm good, mate. How are you? A whiskey. I'm catching up on the whiskey tasting. Yeah. All on deads. One on law was miniature. Well, they do take laws. You know, there's under fishing with laws isn't too bad, like, so it's got to be worth a go, hasn't it? I'm sure you can catch a bigger one than a pasty. Yeah, I'm not sure about fishing. I think it probably should be allowed. It will be one of the first things that's lifted, and you know, the proposal the Angling Trust made is all right. You know, I haven't got a problem with that. Like, it'll get us out, won't it? But I think once they do lift, it may be worthwhile not going, simply because everywhere's going to be chocker. What are the chances that day one the fish is lifted and we can go, those waters are going to be rammed and every peg's taken? Probably quite high, I would imagine. Come on, mate. Our sport should be perfect for social distancing. Yeah, it is. Make the right decision. Moving the barbers because you look like a yeti. What you need to do, mate, is do your own. Just do yourself a number one once a month, like I do. Problem solved. River D is mint. Yeah, I can imagine it is. Yeah. It's close season now, isn't it? So even if we were allowed to go fishing, we wouldn't be on the day. I think fishing is going to take as long as it takes, isn't it? I'd love to go fishing, but at the moment, it's people's lives are more important, aren't they? Let's be honest. 2 GP practices closed down last year in my area, and now trebled up on our practice. It's under strain. Before the virus, it was nearly impossible to get an appointment, and that's what they're like, Barry. There's a lot of them now, like, they won't work the extra hours, because years ago, I mean, you know, back in the 70s and 80s, a GP would be round at your house if you phoned them up, and they'd be working all hours. But nowadays, like, they don't want to do the time. They'd rather spend the afternoon on the golf course, and they only work like 4 or 3 days a week, some of them. And if you try and get them to do any more, they're just like, no. And I mean, I can't blame them for that. You know, I wouldn't want a job where you're working 80 hours a week either. But, you know, they haven't taken on any more GPs, and things are getting harder and harder. They've introduced stupid booking systems. You know, you've got to phone before this time to get an appointment, and it's like jumping through hoops. And I'm not surprised everybody goes to A&E instead. Because if you've got a problem and you can't get an appointment, just go to the hospital, and A&E will sort you out straight away. Just, well, you know, give your name in at the desk, they call you when it's your time, and they fix you up on the spot. And it's like that. It's the reason it's been so busy and under so much pressure is because the GPs are rubbish. But it just seems to be one extreme or the other in this country. Like, it's ridiculous. They can't seem to find a happy balance. I've never fished a River Lee, Luke. No. It's not my area of the woods, mate. I'm from Wirral, up in the northwest, and the River Lee's in London, isn't it? There's a video on it. Went on YouTube the other week. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a cracker. You know, he had some nice fish out of there, like, and yeah, it's worth fishing if you live in that area, mate. Thing is, someone I can post a pic of me in the middle of nowhere on a river, but the flip side, I can post 200 people. That's a commercial fishing. Fishing diversity is killing its chances. Yeah, I don't know. Commercialism's killing it, Danny. You know, there's too many commercial fisheries around for my liking these days. There's something missing from it these days. You know, years ago, like, you learned your craft as a youngster and you grew up with it. Like, now it's just here's your rods, here's your reels, here's your buzzers, here's your boilies. Go camping, and eventually you'll catch a fish. Right, okay, that's a good one. That Tom, I like that. Arrested and dragged off in handcuffs. That's what should happen to some of them here. Make an example of them and send it viral. And hopefully, you know, the ones who are thinking of doing it will take note. You miss your hand of fishing on the fens, Barry. More of an effort to fish them. Yeah. Bit of a distance for you, though, the fens, isn't it, from London? I mean, it's not an easy trip to make. I suppose you'd have to, like, book a cottage there or something like that and stay for a week. GPs just love slapping you with a prescription. I think the last prescription I had cost me over a tenner. And that's another thing as well. You go get a prescription off them and it's 10 quid. It's disgusting. Richard, yeah, stay safe, mate. Take care of yourself. Too many carp waters around, but it's that way, Dom, isn't it? Carp fishing is kept fishing alive, really. You know, I know it's blatant commercialism, carp fishing, like, and the advertising you do is very clever. Trying to get people to buy stuff they don't really need. But without carp fishing, mate, I think fishing would have taken a dive years ago. I don't think many people would do it these days. But the carp side of it's got an attraction, like, that pulls people in. So without it, I think fishing would be screwed. Yeah. NHS, first place you go when you had a cardiovascular problem, when the doctors didn't listen. And that's it, your local GP doesn't really listen to you, does he? I've had difficulty once or twice with mine. Like, generally he's been okay. I don't even know who my GP is now. It's passed away. My GP got cancer, and he passed away about 2 months ago, something like that. I haven't seen him in 6 months. I only found out when I done the surgery. So it just goes to show you, like, even doctors get ill. Not enough waters with pike in around. There's loads of waters with pike around. They're just not as big as they used to be. Hey Mark, cheers for keeping us entertained. Been much appreciated during the lockdown. Top Northerner. Oh yeah, I forgot, Matt, you're from the south, aren't you? What's your favourite ale? I love a pint of Black Sheep, but can't buy any down in Surrey. I don't drink, Matt. That's why I look the way I do. I haven't touched a drop in years, mate. I work for a living as an analyst, like, so I've got to have my brain switched on. And at the weekend I'm driving to fish, so I drive to work every day. drive every day of the week, basically. I'm behind the wheel of a car, so I can't afford to drink. I haven't touched a drop in years, mate, so I don't have a favourite ale. It's been that way for about 15 years. Not touched a drop. River Lee, lovely river. Certain parts has become special fish, especially chub and carp as well. I would point out, Barry, there seems to be some nice looking carp in there as well. Carp fishing could potentially save tackle shops with what Fox have done. I saw that thing about Fox the other day, like you can nominate your tackle shop. Buy online, they'll deliver it to you and nominate your tackle shop to get some money. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Fox. I mean, I've got some of their gear, but I'm not overly enthusiastic about them. So, I don't know. Bit of a publicity stunt on their behalf, maybe. It might have pulled money in, but it's destroyed course fishing for everyone who's not too bothered about them. Got to pay car prices to have 5 hour retention bream fishing. Yeah, you have, yeah. Of course, your sanctuary, Dom, is the river. You'll always get a cheap spot on the river, with maybe the exception of the Trent, where some day tickets, I believe, are quite scandalous. But there's always somewhere you can go, mate, for some cheap fishing. Twice a month by public transport, crikey, Barry. We don't get off the end of the road now. Mason, do you know what you need to do, Barry? Stop buying fishing tackle. No more fishing tackle, full stop. And the money you save through not buying tackle, driving lessons. I'm telling you, driving lessons are the most important thing in your life. They're more important than your fishing tackle, because without a car, you're screwed. There's not many places you can go, like. So, yeah, no more gear, mate. Get your driving lessons in, pass your test, and get yourself a motor. It's more important than your tackle, because without it, you cannot get there. Local tackle shop always busy, but it's mostly guns and ammo. Yeah. How old am I, Matt? Marcel, hello from Russia. Evening, Marcel. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're staying safe. What's the coronavirus situation like in your country, Marcel? Are you in lockdown like we are? Lucy? Poor Lucy, evening, mate. Mentioned tents to a carp water, and it's yeah. There's not many decent tent waters around this that I know. A lot of people complain about that, Dom. You can't find somewhere decent to go for tents, like with specimen tents yet. You know, it is what it is. The two species don't tend to go very well together, do they? A little moped will do you, Barry. Channel merch. I personally haven't, Dave. Channel merch. It doesn't really interest me, mate. I'm not on YouTube to do merch and stuff like that, and vlog stuff, if that makes sense. To just do it for a laugh. So no, mate, I haven't done any merch. Not sort of qualify for it, to be honest. I suppose you could like make t-shirts up and stuff like that, but to be honest, I wouldn't bother. I haven't really got a decent logo for it, to be honest. My logo's me, a black, my picture posterized in Photoshop, a black and white one. So it's not really the kind of thing you'd put on a t-shirt or something like that. It's not a proper logo or anything. No, merch. I think you've got to have a certain amount of subscribers before you can have a merch shelf as well. But no, is the answer. I'd say never say never, but I'd need to be the size of Graham Pullum before I considered it. I think he'd do quite well on a merch, but a little channel with a couple of thousand subscribers, I don't think it's worthwhile doing. Yeah, Danny says Conor Creamore had no car last March and it was taking the bus with the gear. He still didn't miss a weekly blog, but car and the bus makes life a lot harder, doesn't it? What carp socks do you recommend? Need some fishing ones. I don't know, Dom. Is there any such thing as carp socks? Please tell me there's no such thing as carp socks. I've got thermals, mate. Thermal socks, big thick ones. Yeah. Them. Thermal socks. I can't remember where they came from. Somewhere in town. One of the camping shops or something like that. I wear thermal socks all the time, even in summer, because my feet are so cold. I get circulation problems, and my feet are quite cold. So I always wear thermal socks, just a cheap pair. That's all. But I've never heard of carp socks, mate. That's ridiculous. Like Northwest Angler says, just get any thermals. Got 60 quid to spend on socks. The waterproof ones are all right, Dom. I've got some of them as well. I can't remember what they're called. I haven't worn them in ages. The mountain bikers wear them. The blue and black in colour. What are they called? Hang on a second, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what they're called. They're waterproof. So basically you put your socks on, and if you've got no shoes on, you can walk in the lake and your feet won't get wet. No, not neoprene. They're not neoprene socks. Well, they might be on the outside. Let me just see if I can tell you what they're called. Google is your friend, is all I'll say, Don. Sealskins. There you go, Martin's just put it. I'm looking the other way then, and Martin's put sealskins. Yeah. Sealskins activity socks is what you want, Dom. I think they cost about, well, I found mine cheap on eBay for 24 quid a pair. So you get two pairs. You get two pairs for your 60 quid roughly, if that's the route you want to go down. But yeah, you can walk in the water with them and your feet won't get wet, and they're used by cyclists and outdoors people. So sealskins, they're quite good as well. I could bought one pair of them, only one, and I've had them for ages. I don't tend to wear them very much because they cost 24 quid, 30 quid. Carp slippers. Seen someone use them on a fruit lake. Yeah, I don't have slippers. I do have a pair of Crocs though, for when I'm bivvy fishing. I mean, I don't go bivvy fishing that often, but I do have a pair of Crocs for when I'm in the bivvy, because they're easy to just put your feet in, and they're quite comfortable in the summer as well. Nash, Fox, or DM? No, I don't want anything like that. Get some Corda ones, mate. Corda socks. They'll do you. But yeah, sealskins are the ones, Dom. If you do want socks, fishing socks, and your serious sealskins. They're a non-fishing item, like, but they are pretty cool. Carpy Chris, how do, mate? I hope you're well, Chris, and then you're staying safe and all that. And Chris Davies, we found out today. Yeah, thanks, Chris. It was a sad day last Wednesday, mate. A very sad day. That's why I didn't do the live stream. I had to skip it, like I was in no fit state to do it last Wednesday. But thanks for your words, mate. Wellies do the trick. Yeah, well, I wear wellies when I'm fishing Dom all the time. I've got the half ones. They come up to the back of your calf, and then the neoprene on the top. So it's like 50-50. And then the welly underneath, the boot in the sole. And they're great, mate. They're cool in summer. So you can be out in the baking hot and you're not going to get cold. But they're bloody cold in winter. Your baiting up tool arrived the other day. Go on, Chris, tell us what you've got. Throwing stick, catapult, baiting pole. Because I bought a baiting pole earlier this year. I haven't used it yet. We got locked down before I had a chance to use it. But I got myself a Nash bushwhacker baiting pole with one of those little, like the things that go on the end with little flotation tanks on that goes out. Mad looking thing. But I've got to say, it looks the part. Looks like it'll do the business. Crocs in the summer night. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why people don't like Crocs. Like, everybody takes the mick out of them and stuff like that. But I love them. When you're fishing, there's no better footwear than when you're out fishing. You're doing an overnighter and it's like June and July. They're perfect for it. And yeah, quite happy with mine. They don't get worn that often, to be honest, like, because I don't do much night fishing, but they're always around, and they're quite comfortable as well on the feet. Trebuchet. Oh, you got one of those paintball guns, did you, Chris? How far does it fire them? Or do you not know yet? Just don't wear socks with them. No, Dom, I wear socks with me Crocs. Crocs with socks. I have to, mate, because my feet would be cold otherwise, and my circulation goes. One of my toes goes white, in the winter, because there's no circulation in it. And yeah, we're going to get some colour back in it when it gets dunked in hot water. You struggling, are you, Daniel? Well, welcome along, mate. You're joining the club, but I've got no words of joy for you, mate, because I don't think we're going to get out anytime soon. We have to look at the news. Still 400 or 500 people a day dying. They're not going to pull us out of lockdown and let us go fishing at the moment. There's a review next week, and I expect that review that will probably get another 3 weeks. But I certainly don't think they'll be lifting any fishing ban or any ban. They'll just be wanting us to stay in. A good 200 yards, but it's accurate at 140. Really? No way. Do a video of that, Chris. Can you film yourself doing that? I want to see that. I want to see a boilie go 200 yards. The XTD reels, I've still got them, Barry. I was struggling with them last year because the line guard's on them, and I cast out a couple of times and the line went behind the line clip as a cast, and I cracked off twice. But I've not done it since, and I seem to have got the hang of them now. And I've got to say, the lovely reels, really, really good. So yeah, I'm happy with them, mate. I'm probably not. I was going to sell them. I thought, you know what, I've had enough of these. That's twice that's happened, because it's never happened with any other reel. And I was all set to flog them, but I'm not. I'm not selling them anymore. Like, I'm going to keep them because they are really nice, and the CI4 as well, so they're really, really light. So I don't want to get shot of them. Yeah, if they left fishing out of lockdown, they would have to let every other sport out as well. I don't know, Chris. I mean, some sports are contact sports, and they couldn't let people play football or anything like that. I mean, you know, we do distance ourselves on the bank, and it is a solitary pursuit, really, but it should be. Um, yeah, the difference is fishing doesn't require people to come together. In fact, it's the opposite way around, and it requires you to go in the countryside and be on your own most of the time. Private video when lockdown. Right, okay, cheers, Chris. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that, because 200 yards is a hell of a way, mate. I'd love to see a gun, a paint gun that could fire a boilie that far. That'd be a laugh. If it goes that far, and it was accurate to 140 yards, I'd buy one without question. Yeah. Thing is, though, when you've got half a point there, Chris. I mean, fishing's not like other sports in that you're on your own a lot, but once fishing comes out of lockdown and people are allowed to go fishing, other people will say, well, they're allowed to go, I want to do this. And before you know it, like, it'll just be a free-for-all. So it's either we're locked down or we're not. It's like that, isn't it? And I'm not sure if this phased lifting is of a lockdown is going to carry much weight, to be honest. I think people will just seize on the opportunity once it's lifted for some, and they'll be off out themselves. But there you go, so I can, and that'll be the answer to everything. You booked for France, Daniel, 25th of July. Do you think the borders will be open? No. Quite frankly, I don't. Fishing's banned in France at the moment anyway, isn't it? And I don't think it'll be lifted, mate. We're not gonna be able to do this in July. I know you're struggling, like, and it's not what you want to hear, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I can't see it. Neil Hawes. I'm not sure if you can tell me in print how that's pronounced, Neil. But welcome, mate. Pulls out a rocket launcher, yeah. Golf. Yeah, that's another one. Well, that's like a social one, isn't it? I mean, okay, you're on the fairway, but you're usually doing a round with someone, aren't you? So there's 2 or 3 of you. So I'm not sure if you'd allow that. Maybe if you stay 2 meters apart, that's fine. No chance in hell football's coming back. Yeah. Legally, they have to have like 300 people in the stadium to film the match. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day, Danny. One of my mates who's a Man City supporter was quick to pipe up that Holland have cancelled their football season, null and void. And then he piped up again, France have followed suit. And he said, we will too. Which is not what I want to hear, like, when we're only about 6 points away from the title. And I'm saying, no, they won't do that. There's too much money in football. They'll finish the season behind closed doors. But maybe they will cancel it. I don't know. Don't care, to be honest. People's lives are more important than the football, aren't they? At the end of the day. Gary Neville's words today speak volumes. How many footballers would have to die before it became unpalatable? Why? What did he say, Danny? How many? I would say quite a few, because footballers are overpaid and pretty worthless in the greater scheme of things, aren't they? You know, it's at times like this you realise, you know, where the money should be going, and it's not to a bloody footballer. Your 14,000 size revenues, your 50-50 ones on the shorter rods, yes. Yeah, it's just a problem I had. It may just have been me, Barry, I don't know. But I cracked off twice, and I wasn't best pleased with them. Like, I was ready to sell them, but like I said, I'm used to them now. Like, I've been fishing with them for almost a year, and I'm happy with them. Like, I've got to say, they just took a bit of getting used to, I think. Mountain walking, great isolated pastime, yeah. Until you look at pictures of Snowdon the week before the lockdown, yeah, it was mad, wasn't it? I can't believe how many people went up there. It was unreal. There's nothing you can say really about that, is there? People like that. I suppose they're all going to the same place thinking, yeah, this is good. There'll be nobody around, and it turned out to be a bit of a circus. Fishing does take over your life, mate. It really does sometimes, if you let it. I found a balance in mine, which brings me to the video I finished last week. Do you remember me saying I was going to film a video about analysis of a carp season? Well, I finished it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I finished it a few days after the last live stream I did 2 weeks ago when I mentioned it. I finished the video a few days afterwards. Managed to get it all filmed, and all edited up and everything like that. It's been filmed, edited, rendered, and it's ready to go. But I haven't posted it, mainly because I didn't like it. The lighting in here is awful. Look, you're looking at me on the screen now, like it keeps flickering and going a bit funny, and sometimes I'm light and sometimes I'm a bit dark. The lighting in the video is worse than this. It's awful. And I watched it back and I thought, I don't like this. So I've not actually put it out. And it's half an hour long. It's virtually 30 minutes long. So it's probably the longest video I've ever made. But yeah, I don't know whether to release it or not. Like I'm 50-50 about it. So we'll see. I might put a whatchamacallit on. Do you want it or not? A poll. If anyone votes no, I won't put it on. May miss a week. All the trails are busier now before lockdown. Yeah, well, people are going out with biking and all sorts, aren't they? It's mad. You don't need a license, and as long as you don't use it in public around and only fire it towards the pool, it's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, keep it out of sight in your bivvy. Yeah. Oh. Did you buy it specifically? Is it made for carp fishing, Chris? Or is it just something you've bought and are adapted for carp fishing? Yeah, Liverpool champions, no brainer. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. They should be. Sheffield United should be awarded the Champions League status for Wilder's efforts, and maybe awarded the FA Cup. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'd say awarded to Liverpool, but we're already knocked out. Evening, Will's carp fishing diary. I hope you're well, mate, and staying safe. Go back and lip sync it. You called your police station for local clarification on the riddles. Yeah, well, I suppose firing a boilie out at the kind of speed that can reach 200 yards is it'd be like a bullet. I'm not surprised. You'd need clarification on it. I wouldn't want to shoot someone with it at point blank range, put it that way. First place I'm going after lockdown is the secret lake. No one around and no locks. Yeah, that's handy, Danny. Anywhere where there's no locks is good. That's another thing as well. Like I'll be taking those gloves, you know, the ones you get in the petrol station or the ones you buy in the shop for like hair dye and stuff like that. I'll be taking those rubbery plastic gloves with me every time I go fishing, and I will put one on or two on to undo the locks and go through the locks, or I'll take sanitizer, an alcohol gel or something like that I can put on my hands before and after I've opened the gate, and I'll chuck that in my bag or in my coat pocket, and I'll make sure that I won't be touching any locks or anything like that, because they're the kind of places you'll pick it up, because apparently it survives on metal for, is it 48 hours or 72 hours? So anyone who handles the lock and has got it, it will potentially pass it on to someone else. Get the vid on, been looking forward to it. I don't like it, Will. I'll be honest, I'm not overly keen on it. Like I looked at it, I watched it about 3 times, and I thought, do you know what? No. I just thought when it finished, I thought, do you know what? I can make that better. I can do a better job of it than I had done. And trouble is, like, doing a better job of it means basically scrapping it and starting again. And I'm not sure I can be bothered, to be honest. So I might put it on for you and see what you think of it. If it flies, it flies. If it dies, it dies. It's simple as that, isn't it? You never know how a YouTube video is going to do when you put it on. I might hate it, and everybody else might love it. It's the view's subjective, isn't it, to whoever's watching it. But I've got to admit, like, I mean, I don't mind watching myself on video. Like, I've got used to it over the years. I used to cringe when I first saw myself on film and in front of a camera. Like, I'd be going, no, that's horrible. But, you know, I'm not so bad these days, like, and I don't mind. I can watch myself back. But I actually didn't like it. So, I don't know. I might put it out and you can see. I think it'd be half an hour of your life that you wouldn't get back. Which is a statement I've heard before about one of my videos. Not built for carp, just adapted for firing boilies. Right, okay, fair enough. I did wonder if it was, you know, specifically built for carp, like, but other carp markets. But if it's not, you might be on a winner there, Chris. You know, if it turns out that it will fire a boilie 200 yards, then you could be on a winner there. You could market it. Do a ridge monkey, mate. Buy a load of them and repackage them for carp fishing. Make yourself a fortune. Peter, who's looking forward to it, get it on. Right, okay. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Yeah, like I said, it's the lighting that really does it. Like, I mean, the words in the video, they're one thing, but the actual it's the lighting and the audio that makes a video, isn't it? Like, it's got to be reasonably well lit, and I don't think it is. I just think it's naff, because I did it at night time, like after 9 o'clock at night. It was all filmed at the same time of night over about 3 nights, and the light above me ear was just not enough. Same with the lake I'm on about, in the middle of the woods. Yeah, as long as you're in the middle of nowhere, no one's going to bother you. The good thing about Danny's Lake is nobody else fishes it. That's why it's called the secret lake. Nobody goes there, and you know, he can rock up and he's never going to see anyone all day. So it's the perfect place to go, and he's going to get a few bites as well. The more real, the better. Yes, I don't know. I always strive to improve my videos if I can. Will I want to make the next one better than the last one? That makes sense. And I always try. And with this one, I failed miserably. I don't think it's better than any of the others. But it is what it is. I've had to use old pictures because it's from so long ago. We didn't have video back then in the early 1990s. Yeah, I might chuck it up on Sunday and see what you make of it. And if it bombs, it bombs. It's not going to be any big deal, is it? And the pegs fall apart. Yeah, they do, don't they? If the light's flickering, would you recommend playing drum and bass while we watch it? No, not flickering in the video, Tom. It's just this the webcam that flickers. It's not a very good one. It's just the one that's built into my PC. That's all. But yeah, some drum and bass would go with it well, wouldn't it? Chris have sold me power mesh rods. Got my eye on 3 Century C2s. Yeah, C2s, nice. Decent rods, Century, mate. I've had some of their rods in the past, like. Or I might get the Shimano TX7. I think you might like the TX7s, mate. I wouldn't like to say which one I'd choose, to be honest, between them, Chris. But the Shimano TX series, like the TX2s and 3s, were really, really good for long range fishing. I don't know what TX7 is, but they had a good name for themselves. Like, they were cheap rod, capable of going the distance, so they'd be quite good. Anybody fished or fished maybe me? That's about 5 miles away from me, Will, and I don't fish there. It's never been a very good water. The lake record before the fella who took it on now was supposed to be £26, but it looks about £13. It was a big, short, fat fish, and it's dead. There wasn't much else in there, to be honest, mate. Just like low singles and low doubles and high singles. The owner who's got it now restocked it, took it over, cleaned it all out, got rid of a load of snags and stuff like that, and made it a lot better. And he stocked some carp in it a few years ago, but I've not heard of any 20s coming out. And I think if you Google Raven Mere, I think they've got a website or a web page, and there's no 20s on it. Now, if you've got a day ticket water, and you want 20 pounders, you want people to come and fish for 20 pounders, because the guy who took it on was talking it up. We're going to have this in and we're going to have that in, and it never happened. And I've not seen a 20 out of the place, but he's still, he's charging a membership and then a day ticket rate of about, I don't know how much it is, 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that, and it's not worth it. Like I said, it's 5 miles from me, 4 or 5 miles away, and I drive past it into Cheshire because the fishing's better. Myself personally, I would say it's not worth it, but try it for yourself, mate, and see if you want. $350 a year. The fish look nice. Is there any decent ones on there though, Will? I mean, are there any 20s, known 20s? Because I don't recall ever seeing one. Dino. Best bed chairs on the market at the moment. I'll be honest, Dino, I don't use a bed chair these days, mate. I only day fish, but I do have a bed chair. I've had a few of them in the past, and the one I've got at the moment is an Avid Respite, if that's any help to you. And I suffer with my back, and I like a bed chair that lays flat and allows your spine to stay in line. So your spine needs to be not like that, but flat. So I've got an Avid lay flat respite, but whether that's the best or not, I don't know. But it's the one I bought mainly because of my back. But you take a choice, mate. I've had a Nash one, got rid of it mainly because it was too big. Christ, how big was the Nash one? It was a Nash sleep system, and it cost me about 300 quid, something like that. But I got a discount on it because my mate was a field tester for Nash, and I got him to get it for me. So it was reduced from about 400, 450, something like that. But it was the whole sleep system, and it was too big. I could barely fit it in the car, and it was so big in the end I sold it. I thought, you know what, stuff this. And I went back to the Avid respite because it was smaller and easier to carry. So you pay your money and you take your choice, mate. Fox do all right bed chairs. I've had a couple of them in the past. Fox Ultra years ago. I don't know. I think everybody's got their own idea on what they want. But yeah, mine's an Avid respite, mate, but it sees very little use. Paul, night, mate. Stay safe. And happy birthday again. Right. I never see anyone at this one except one sound of law guy. Left after 5 minutes. You can't law fish a venue in 5 minutes. I don't care what anyone says. You've got to give it longer than that, haven't you? You're not allowed to take a spot rod down to bait. You bait by hand in the margins or something like that. I don't know why you'd need a spot rod to bait up. If it's not that far out, then why use one? That board today, you blended 10 pots of pop-ups to a fine dust and added to my stick mix bucket. Tried it in my garden ponds, make proper little fizz bombs. No, I can't say I've done that, Daniel. I can see the mileage in it if you were fishing zigs, because the bits of pop-up are going to start floating off into the layers, aren't they? But I would imagine it'd be quite buoyant and you'd go to the surface quite quick, like in a few seconds. So I don't know. It would certainly help break your stick mix apart, wouldn't it? Make it break apart quicker. Is that the idea of it? To make it break apart fast? Spawn, not spoon. Spoon rod. Yeah, spawn rod. Yeah, I'm tempted to agree with Don. Blending pop-ups, you must have been loaded. I tell you what, an easy way of doing it would be if you buy some of that mainline Polaris pop-up mix and just sprinkle a bit of that in with your mix. So when you make your ground bait up, it's got the little bits of Polaris in as well, and they'd make it pop out. So yeah, that would work. I just think there's a cheaper way than blending £6 worth of pop-ups or 60 quid's worth in your case. Being on the web page and leave it at £350. Is that how much he's charging? £350 a year? Oh my god. Stick with sorry, I'm falling behind again. Stick with me, Winsford. Yeah, I would stick with Winsford. Will, you know what's in there. There's no competition, mate, between, say, Newpool and Raby Mere. Newpool is miles ahead, streets ahead of Raby, and look at the price he's charging for it. And then Newpool's what, 40, 60 quid a year, something like that. It's no competition, mate. It's a joke. You know, they spend all your money on pull-ups. Nice one, Daniel. Bought yourself an Avid lockdown rod pod for Christmas, just gone. Absolutely rock solid. Well, that's what you want from a pod, isn't it? You don't want it falling over or getting blown over or anything like that. Mine blows over occasionally, Chris. Not very often, but occasionally, if it's a gale force wind. Yeah, get yourself some new Delhims, mate. I know a few people who bought the new ones and they quite like them. The new Avid's supposed to be the best. Fair play. Like I said, mine's an Avid, but it's an old Respite. It's got a 50mm memory foam mattress on it, which is quite comfy, I must say. Carp, Roger, what's your thoughts on the length of hair on a basic knotless knot rig and the effect on the rig mechanics? Well, if it's too short, Roger, you'll get a hook pull. There needs to be some movement at base, and the hook have got to be far enough apart. How far apart is like a $6 million question, isn't it? Generally, I have mine between 5 and 10 mil. That's the range I've found work the best. Usually it's near 5 to 10, which is it's still separated from the hook. I think the further you can get it away, sometimes the better. It depends how the fish you're feeding, what kind of bait you've got on, how heavy the bait is. How are your fish feeding? Are they sucking at the bait from a distance? Are they going quite close to it and gobbling it down? Well, depends what kind of mood they're in. But 5 to 10 mil for me, mate, is pretty much where I am these days. I've tried longer ones, tried them shorter. You'd be surprised how long you can go and still hook the fish. But like I said, it very much depends. Effect on rig mechanics. Well, the rig works better, I think, the further away it is. Like I said, if you go too tight, so you got literally the boilie touching the bend of the hook, it's not going to work very well. And I found I get hook pulls when it's like that, or it's easier for them to reject. So the further away from the bait is from the hook, the harder it is for them to spit it out. That makes sense. You have to tell me if that makes sense to you, mate. But 5 to 10 mil is roughly where I'm at these days. To be honest, that's kind of like Jim Gibbonson length. If you've because the knotless knot's just a take on the line in it. You flip, the hook flips, and it was Jim Gibbonson who said 5 to 10 mil, and basically gone along with that. So I'd recommend the same. Have the Nash one, not a sleep system. It's comfy, just big and heavy. Yeah, fair enough, Will. Joe Tabner, all right, mate. Thumbs up. Hello. Hi, Chris. Good to see you back. Lee Tully. What's that? Where's the first place you're going to fish once lockdown is off and allows us to get back on the bank? No idea, Lee. Honestly, don't know. It depends when the lockdown ends. If it ended tomorrow, I'd be on my local, just outside Chester. I'd just go for a few hours, take the rods down and get myself a few bites. If we're locked down into July, then I will probably go barbel fishing instead, because the river will be quieter. I think most of the carp lakes will be chocker when they reopen. It's going to be like Easter, and there'll be no space anywhere. It'd be those times when you're drive around looking for a space. And I think if we're into June and July before we get out of lockdown, then I'll probably just go down the Severn barbel fishing. Or if it's August, September, before we get out of lockdown, then I'll probably go straight onto a harder club water with a few 20s in. I fish different places, Lee, at different times of the year, like, and it's a bit of an open-ended question that I really don't know where I'm going to go when the lockdown ends. I've not really got any plans other than you know, June, July, river, June, July, August, and then September, October, and November, carp. That's pretty much my plan for the year, like. So yeah, can't really say any more than that, mate. I can't name a water because I don't know when we're coming out of lockdown and what I'm going to be fishing for. National Indulgence Wide Boy. That's the one I had, Daniel, the Indulgence, the Wide Boy. Best thing you ever bought. Downside is it weighs as much in your van. Yeah, it was heavy, big and heavy and clunky. That's why I got rid of mine, because it was just too much to carry. You need to shoot, Barry. Right, okay, take care, mate, and stay safe. I'll speak to you next time. Probably be top flash, and you can stay away from everyone and no gates to touch. That's not a bad idea, Will. Yeah, and anywhere where there's no gates is a good idea. Inflatable mattress, can even use it as a boat to take your rigs out. Then get a boiler launcher. You make me laugh sometimes, Dom. Evening, Matt. Fancy fishing. Welcome, mate. I like your new frog. Your gear's ready to go as soon as lockdown eases off, and I'll be doing a couple of nights on the bounce, I think. Yeah. Have you picked anywhere yourself, Lee? I can't even say if it's going to be a still water or a river, literally. It all depends when. They get huge, do they? Oh, right, okay, yeah. Have to feed it some flies, mate. I like the boilie about 10 mil from the bend. Yeah, 99% catching. But I've seen guys in France with 1.5 inch separation, small hooks, and it nails them. Yeah, that's it. And it depends on the size of the fish you're fishing for as well, I think. But I generally tend to fix it at like 5 to 10 mil from the bend of the hook, and then not worry about it. The only other adjustment to make to the rig after that is the length of it, depending on where the hook holds are. Try not to mess about with to the bend of the hook. Isolation impulse buy. You've been after one for months. Yeah, I think we're all buying things in isolation that we wouldn't normally do, Matt. I've been quite good so far. Like, I've not spent any money in isolation. I seem to be doing quite well. I've not ordered any fishing tackle. I've not ordered anything. Although that might change. My mate weighs £3 and eats £half-pound live roach. Bloody hell. I didn't realise they got that big. That's a hell of a size for a frog, isn't it? Just don't let a cat anywhere near it, because it'll kill it just for the legs. Everyone is making rigs and a lot of tackle stars and running short of end tackle. Really? I didn't. Well, I can imagine a lot of people are making rigs at the moment, like, but I wouldn't have thought they'd be running out of terminal tackle. Beer's an energy drink, giving us sanity. Not me, Dom. Yeah, I'm with Danny and need no more rigs. I normally don't make them, as I make them to suit. But I've locked and loaded rig-wise. I'm not even gonna make any rigs. I do mine on the bank. I have 2 rigs on my rods and no spares. Don't think I've got any spares. If I want another rig, I've got to, get the bits out of my bag and tie one. And I prefer it that way. There's no waste, because you can make 10 or 15 rigs, and then a couple of years down the line you think, oh, I'll make them rigs, I'll reuse those hooks, and you end up taking the rig apart having not used it. So I generally tend to make mine on the bank as and when. Fishing time is fishing time, isn't it? And once the rods are in the water and you've got idle hands, you can distract yourself while you're waiting for a bite by doing your rigs on the bank. You're going to fish the Belfry in East Sussex, House Farm. Nice lake, if you're a bit rusty. House is the bigger fish. Right, okay. £92 cat, wow. That's big fish. At least you're sorted, Lee. You know where you're going. You're not going to have any problem there, are you? I've got the faintest idea. I really don't know. If we didn't come out of lockdown till November, I'd probably just go lure fishing again. Because I can't say when we are going to come out, to be honest. I haven't got the faintest idea. I'm sure people will put pressure on to get the restrictions lifted, but it's a nasty virus. And it's still killing a lot of people at the moment, so I can't see it. We will be out in 3 weeks, don't worry. Do you think so, Matt? That gets us to the 20th of May. I can't see it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm with Danny, mate. I can't see it being that early. Yeah, Will, I have on the Weaver. Yeah. It's one of my favourite waters, the Weaver, in the past. I've done time on there. Anything particularly you want to know, mate? Love me time on the Weaver. I'll tell you now, Will, it's not as hard as it looks. I get that off a lot of people. There's it's like location. The fish could be miles away. They could be up there or down there, and all the rest of it. And the simple truth of the matter is they're everywhere. Off tomorrow, free day tickets everywhere. It's great. I think you're losing your marbles a bit there, Dom, aren't you? Well, if you do go back to usual soon, Matt, then tens of thousands of people are going to die. It's that simple, because the virus isn't going away. I mean, you only have to look at Germany. They started unlocking, and the infection rate started ticking back up again. And if you go back to normal, then I think a lot of people will die a hell of a lot more than need to. So I would like to see us locked down until it's gone completely. But whether we will or not, I don't know. Like you said, we can't go on. People will put pressure on the government to get things open again, purely because they want to make money and get back to normal. But I don't really think that's a very good idea. and people's lives are more important. But we'll see. I know when they do reopen, I'll start going again, just because fishing's it's an isolating thing. Like, and I can do it. I'm not going to do any harm to anybody. I'll be out of the way. I know, I'm distancing from people, like, so I don't think I'll catch anything from doing it. So I'll certainly go again, but I'll stay in for as long as necessary. Yeah, second peak. We don't want a second peak. If we get a second peak, then we've wasted our time with the first one. Yeah, second peak's inevitable. Maybe you're right, Danny, but that's something we need to avoid. Yeah, I think it's too early, 3 weeks. Barbed wire is a bit of beach. We can kind of bit of fine with practice. Oh dear. Anyone think you've been out poaching, Dom? I'll do what you do, Mark. Once I've used my rigs up, because I made every rig under the sun in lockdown. I haven't made any. I haven't even looked at my gear since we got locked down. I'll tell a lie, actually. I actually got me card out. I got my fishing bag out of the wardrobe the other day and went in it looking for my club card, because I needed the membership number to put in for the new Facebook group. And that's all I've done. And I put my card back in its place and threw it back in the wardrobe. Out of sight, out of mind. I'll tell you now, Will, I wouldn't bother with the Winsford stretches in winter. If you want to fish in winter on the Weaver, then Northwich is the place to be. Yeah, someone's going to get salty and take you serious. Nah, they won't, Tom, honestly. Allowing someone to go fishing in their local area isn't going back to normal. Well, it nearly is. Can't wait for the 80% tax. Yeah. Yeah, and this is it, Matt, and it's someone's going to have to pay for it eventually. But I don't think it should be the people. I know there's a lot of multi-millionaires at the moment got their hands out with the begging bowl, haven't they? Richard Branson's been panned for it. The Sultan of somewhere in Dubai owns one of the ports down south. Was it? I'm not sure if it's Felixstowe or Dover, somewhere like that handles a lot of business, and he's crying for a loan from our government. And he's not even English. He should be told to sling his hook. He should be paying his own staff and bailing himself out. He's quite happy to pay dividends out of his business. His dividends are getting paid out 250 million or something like that, and he wants 150 million pound off the government to keep his port open. He should get stuffed. So people like that, mate, they should be made to pay for this, not the public. There'll definitely be a second peak. Just look out my window. Still not taking this. Yeah, and that's it. Well, until people take it seriously, we'll never get rid of it. Won't be solved until there's a cure. Absolutely. Because people coming to and from the country, they'll just end up bringing it back in. We're in Ireland. We should have stopped aircraft going out of this in and out of this country a long time ago. We should have done that back in January when the Chinese had it, and that way they could have kept it instead of bringing it here. But what price do you put on life? I put a high price on life myself, personally. Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky there, Danny. I actually did my work party and grafted for mine, and I'm not very happy that they dished them out for free, if I'm perfectly honest. Because I did mine. I think you should be made to go and graft for a couple of hours. Northwich will. You need a Northwich card, mate. The boatyard, Northwich boatyard is where you want to be. Well-known winter spot. And the fish get under the boats there. In fact, you want a Northwich card full stop, mate, for the weaver. There's some cracking fish in there. Did you see the picture of the 27 pounder on the Northwich Facebook page, Will? 27 pound mirror. Tens of thousands of people coming in. Yeah, it's a joke, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. And that's it, Danny. They pay no tax, and yet they expect the government to bail them out, and they shouldn't. You know, Richard Branson shouldn't get a penny off the government, and now it's that fella from Dubai who owns the port. They should get stuffed. They're just taking the mick. Yeah, it's on the. They've got there's a Northwich Anglers public facing group for everybody, and then there's a private one for the members only. I think it's the banner on the public facing one, Will. Was a £27 mirror from the Weaver. I've had that fish in the past. It's a known one. Yeah. Just stop giving billions of foreign aid for a couple of years. That will help, certainly. You only do it out of guilt for wrongs doing like slavery. Yeah, I think that's right. That's exactly why we do it, Matt. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you wouldn't be giving 200 quid to charity. No, you wouldn't. And that's probably a sensible way of looking at it, but whether they actually will do anything, I don't know. A low one on Wish. Yeah, 15,000 people coming on planes. And they've got loads of people furloughed who could pick those crops. I think it's silly. Trump has stopped all foreign aid in his country, and rightfully so, Chris. The press will do anything to rubbish him. They were saying the other day, like there was big splashed all over the telly, oh, Donald Trump's an idiot. He's telling people to ingest, was it bleach or something like that? And apparently he didn't say any such thing. He completely ripped away the context of what he said and tried to make it look as if he'd said that people should be swallowing bleach to fight the coronavirus. It was ridiculous. Like, they just twist every little thing he says into something else to try and make him look stupid, and it's pathetic. I was quite shocked about that because it went all over Facebook as well. Like, it pretty much went viral, didn't it? And when you got to the bottom of what he actually said, he didn't say any such thing about swallowing bleach. They just took it out of context and report. You know, it's bad reporting, and it shouldn't be happening really. But you know, you don't put anything past the BBC, do you? If you look at the transcript of what he's saying, there's a way to disinfect the body. Yeah, and it wasn't swallowing bleach, was it, Don? He's just an idiot who can't word stuff properly. Yeah, he does. I think he does struggle with his words because he starts waffling, doesn't he? And that's when that's when they start taking him out of context and coming up with these clangers. But yeah, I thought it was shocking what they did to him. Like, there's no depth that they won't stoop to try and undermine him. But that's the left for you, the loony left. They like that. He said we are looking at light and head in the lungs to be a way of washing the lungs. Like bleach, as in maybe helpful killing it. Never drink bleach. Yeah. I don't know. It does sound like a bit of waffle, doesn't it? But he didn't tell anybody to drink bleach, which is what they were reporting. I feel a bit sorry for the bloke, really. Like, he's a businessman, not a politician. Yeah, and the political correctness around him is just off the scale, isn't it? Just had a look. I'm joining some good carp waters. Yeah, they have got some good carp waters, like, but the Weaver around Norfolk Banks has always been a good spot. So where I fished both parts. I fished the Winsford stretches and I fished the Norfolk stretches of the Weaver. Norfolk ones were better. You know, the bonus is the Winsford stretches got a known 30, a two-tone common. But some of the fish in the Norfolk stretches make it very rarely caught because it doesn't get fished that much. And it does throw up the odd surprise, like the fish that's on the Facebook page, if it's still there. I don't even know if it's still there. Let me have a look. Let's just open up a little thing here. Where are we? Winsford. Browser's taking a bit of a wobbly. Oh, it's dipped out. Because I don't visit the site very often, it's dipped off my list of groups like that's on the side, so I can't see it. I'd have to go looking for it. But the guy caught a £27 mirror anyway, Will, and it's one I recognised because I've caught it myself at £17 back in 2005. He only caught it last year, and it's a belted of a fish. In other news, has anyone watched Tiger King? No. The Americans have been eating, what's that, Tide Pods for years. I don't even know what a Tide Pod is. Have I missed something there, or you just spelt it wrong, Tom? Right, lads, I'm off. And so am I, Danny. Just looking at me clock now, like it's 2 minutes and 2 hours and 8 minutes, and it's 10 past 10. And it's time for the brew. Yes, Will, it's a good target for the River 20. I fished it one summer and had 5 20s up to just under £24. 3 commons and a mirror, and 4 20s. Might have been 5. I'll say 4 for now, but I'll have to double check that one. 3 commons and a mirror, and my mate had the same amount, 4, but he had 3 mirrors and a common. So they were 50-50 split, but there was quite a lot of 20s in there. And you know, back then, like, it was good fishing. I mean, I don't know how many of them are still there, but certainly one of the fish I had at £17 has come out at £27 last year. And it was £17 in 2005, so 15 years later, like, it's an upper 20. Some good fish in there, mate. And you know, the one I had wasn't the biggest at the time. If some of the others are still knocking around, like, there could be some very decent fish in there. And that's another thing about the Weaver. You never know what's coming next. You just never know what's going to pick that bait up and run down the river. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm in that one, Chris, Prince Albert. So is Danny. We're both in there. Yeah, all that money, and his second name is Trump. Who's Donald Trump? Well, he's trumped everybody so far, hasn't he? I think he'll win. I still think he'll win the next election over there. Like, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, I'm going to call it a day, guys. It's 10:10. Good to be back today. Thank you all for your best wishes over me, Auntie. It's all much appreciated. I'll say good night, and I don't think we'll be out of lockdown next week, so I'll see you all next Wednesday. Take care of yourselves and have a good night. Cheers, Lee. Take care. And you, Chris, and Will, Dom, Danny, everybody else who's been on tonight. I'll see you all next week. And if I put that video out, it's going to be on Sunday. So you'll have to wait and see. I'll watch it again. Cheers, Daniel. I'll watch it again and make a decision. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thumbs up. Good night. Peter, nice one. Take care of yourself all. And I'm ending the stream now. Good night.